Alright everyone, weekend na naman, so time for our weekend crypto recap, no? Sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam what we do here, ang ginagawa ko is I go through yung BTCD, which is BTC market cap dominance, no? And then we take a look at different crypto pairs, but I always include Bitcoin and Ethereum in my analysis. Yung iba, madalas either kung ano yung mga napapansin kong medyo interesting na charts or mga rini-request ng ibang tao. Usually halo. And today is no different. Medyo halo rin tayo, no? Hindi gano'n na iba sa mga daily charting sessions natin. Okay? So, since marami tayong pag-uusapan today, let's start. Sa BTCD, kung napapansin nyo, when we last discussed this, sabi ko nag-range pa. Pero after natin mag-usap, nagsimula na talaga siyang mag-push. 'Di ba? Nagpo-push na siya pataas. And ngayon, nag-breakout na siya and nag-hold na siya for now above nitong 43.5 na area. 'Di ba? Later, pagpunta natin sa Bitcoin, mapapansin nyo na yung nung lumakas yung dominance, mapapansin nyo, dun din talaga tuluyang umangat yung Bitcoin. Okay, so I'll show you guys later. But for now, it's good na tumataas to kasi it means na kahit papano may legs yung paggalaw ng Bitcoin. Hindi lang siya basta linaro, hindi lang siya basta umangat tas biglang mabubuhusan. For now, okay, as long as this continues to stay above 43.5, mukhang may legs yun. And it might stay here for a while kasi dito rin tayo nag-consolidate previously. So ideally, if we want to see the move continue, we want to see it break above 45.7, hold above there, then see if we can go back and target either itong minor high na to or yung high here which is 49.2. Okay, what we don't want to see is number one, ma-reclaim yung 43.5. Diba? Kung ma-reclaim, okay pa as long as mabilis siyang mabawi. Tapos balik tayo sa range na to. But kung bumigay siya, nag-hold sa ilalim, then we push further, get a new low, then balik tayo sa range na naman na to. Which might mean na baka either mag-stall muna or mag-hold muna yung move sa Bitcoin, yeah, before it pushes for all-time highs, or it might pull back. Okay, now how deep that pullback is, kung bearish ba siya na pullback or bullish siya na pullback, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens kasi mahirap pangunahan yung ganyan eh. Anticipating too much is detrimental din. Diba? I mean, it's good na you're trying to anticipate scenarios to a degree, pero literally planning them out and hoping that everything works out according to that specific one plan without considering other scenarios is detrimental. Mahirap yun, no? Okay? So, yun yung sa BTCD. For now, looking better. Diba? Sana ma-break yung 45.7 so we can start pushing higher din. Now, if you look at Bitcoin, diba, yung malakas na galaw na to, diba, same number of candles, more or less coincides na lumakas na yung sa BTCD. So, as I said, medyo parang semi-crystal ball yung BTCD, no? Not just with the way it moves, pero kung makikita nyo na lumalakas siya. Tapos yung Bitcoin, nag-reflect din. Diba? So, ngayon, pareho sa BTCD, nagko-console rin siya dito above this high here. Bakit hindi pa ako naglagay ng level here? Kasi alam ko na may nag-exist naman talagang area dyan kasi nandito yung area of previous consolidation. Itong area na to. Okay, so hindi nakakagulat na nag-stall na ng konti dito yung BTC. What it does from here, no one knows. It could pull back, and that's still fine. We could come back to this area here, previous resistance, turn support, tapos hanap tayo ng bullish structure, see if we can get in from there, no? The other one is, it could pull back more severely. Hanggang dito, it's not ideal, but it's not exactly outright bearish pa din. Okay? Ang ayaw natin makita is ma-reclaim tong 39,710 na level. Okay, yan yung ayaw na ayaw natin. Or, mag-break below nitong 44387, hindi mag-hold. Okay, hindi mag-hold dyan. Break down, hindi mag-hold sa ilalim, then we push further going back here. Yan yung ayaw natin makita kapag bearish scenario. Of course, sa mga nagsushort, that's what you want to see. If that triggers, falls, comes back, tags it, holds, then likely we come revisit this area. So sa mga nagsushort natin na mga friends dyan, then that might be something that you want to consider moving forward. Alright? Next, let's take a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, hindi siya as aggressive as yung Bitcoin, no, na nag-break ng mga key levels. We did break above this. So one of the scenarios I'm possibly anticipating for Ethereum is baka mag-form tayo ng inverted head and shoulders pattern here based on this movement. Okay? If that happens, then let's see kung mag-hold ba tong area na to. Let's see kung ma-break yung neckline na yan. Then we can use that as a foundation or as a platform to see if price can push higher, targeting 4,030, then 4,300, and possibly new highs. What we don't want to see is ma-reclaim tong 3174. Okay, ma-reclaim to. Price pushes back, mag-hold, then it pushes downward. Pag ganon, again, sa mga friends natin na short, then that's something that you might be interested at looking at. Pero sa mga spot traders or sa mga hodl lang na mga naglo-long, then you don't want to see this. Kasi kapag ganito, papangit talaga itsura ng chart eh. Either it's gonna start looking very bearish, okay, depende kung ano yung mangyari after, or it's gonna start looking like it's stuck in a bigger range. So possible na mag-trade siya ng something like that. Okay? So, depende lahat yun. Next, let's take a look at SOL. So, SOL has been doing pretty much similar things, diba? It's formed the inverted head and shoulders pattern. So, what we're anticipating now is to see kung mababreak niya tong 173. If mabreak tong 173 na area, kasi ngayon parang puro weak lang eh. It keeps testing it. Diba? Kahapon din, tinest. Ba ayaw pa niyang i-break. Kung mabasag natin to, and we start holding above it, then maybe we start aiming for the highs again. Diba? Baka pwede nating i-target ulit yung 221. But for now, ngayon na nandiyan pa yung price, all that we can honestly say is, number one, it might continue to form the inverted head and shoulders pattern. Number two, it could just range in this area for the interim. Okay? Hindi natin masabi. So it's something that we need to watch out for moving forward. For now, if you're gonna ask me, are you more bullish than bearish sa SOL, sa ETH, and sa BTC? Of course, yun yung pinapakita ng chart eh. But, unfortunately, directionality isn't the only consideration eh. Yung timing din eh. So, baka medyo mahirap lang siyang timingan dahil nga it's currently stuck between a rock and a hard place. So, we wanted to make a decision. We want price to make a choice para tayo rin maikisabay doon sa decision ng market. Meron tayong confirmation kahit papaano. Alright? So guys, bago tayo magpatuloy, paalala ko lang sana, if you like these videos, yung mga weekend crypto recaps natin, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It's one of the few ways for me to gauge kung talagang bang nakakatulong sa inyo yung content na to, or if you find it even mildly entertaining, no? Para alam ko rin ko if it's something that I should continue, if it's something that I should discontinue, and then look for something else to replace it, and so on. Alright? So, final words on SOL. If we break down below nitong 115, then highly likely, we come back and tag tong white zone na to. Okay? Yun yung ayaw natin makita kung long tayo, kung we're trading spot ng SOL, nakahodal lang. But again, for mga nagso-short nating mga friends, either ito, or if we can break below this low here, then we might come back and tag this area. In fact, it's gonna be highly likely. So if we break below here, it holds underneath, we might come back and tag here, baka decent for shorts. Okay, then from here, we can see if support holds, magko-form ba tayo ng double bottom or what have you, then see, baka yun nga, magiging range tayo na malaki na ganito. Alright. Next, let's take a look at the requested chart, SHIB. So, first time ko to tignan, no, request, no? So, forgive me if I'm not as familiar with it as I am with other charts. Ang pinakamasasabi ko dito, maganda yung breakout niya, no? So, we were consolidating for quite a while. Ito, isang buong range yan. Then, suddenly, when we broke out here, okay, ang ganda ng movement eh. We broke out, we retraced and tagged yung previous support, di ba? Nag-hold yung previous support na yan, and from there, we just pushed higher. And ngayon, we're consolidating here, in this area, in this large area here. Okay, you can look at it a bit tighter. Gusto nyo, tignan nyo lang yung closest na we're consolidating here. Okay, but for me, I would take the wick into consideration just because I'm not yet as familiar with the market compared sa iba dahil nga first time ko to tingnan. So I want to err on the side of caution, to be more conservative and put my resistance right there. If we can break this area here, then highly likely we target tong point Maraming 0.5. Okay? Hindi ko na isa-isahin guys. Ang dami. Alright? Highly likely that's what happens. Dito, wala namang gaanong resistances along the way. Diba? I'm sure nasa lower time frames, pwede kayo makahanap ng structure, but from this time frame, which is what I typically look at kapag sa crypto, kasi nga, the market never closes and I need to rest. Okay? And the way for me to do that is to focus on either 4-hour charts or just daily charts rather than bababa ako ng bababa pa to too many time frames. Okay? So, if we break this, highly likely we target that. If we break beneath this zone here, then highly likely we come back to tag tong area of previous resistance. Diba? I-check natin kung mag-hold ba ulit tong range na to from above. Diba? Ito yung malaking range. Mag-hold ba from above? Then maybe if it does, hanap tayo ng bullish structure that we can use para masakyan siya ulit pataas. Diba? Pataas meaning baka pwedeng mauntog siya ulit sa range na to. But if it breaks that, then highly likely we tag this. Mas meron na tayong structure to work with. For now, pinakamasasabi ko lang, it's trading sideways and we want to observe what it does from here. Alright? Then finally, let's take a look at TRX, which is also a requested chart, no? So yung TRX, unlike sa Ethereum and BTC, hindi pa niya na-invalidate yung possible bearish move niya. Kasi, di ba sa BTC and ETH, from head and shoulders pattern, naging inverted head and shoulders. Dito, not yet exactly. We still want it to break above this white zone here. Okay? Break above this white zone here. Start holding above it para masabi natin that it might start pushing for the 0.123 area. If we can break the 0.123 area, the next areas of resistance to look at are here and these. Then finally, ito. Okay? Ito, I consider them as minor areas of resistance kasi I think the liquidity is still mostly up here. But don't be surprised kung mauntog yung market dito sa mga areas na to. It's just that para sa akin, mas significant tong area of resistance na to. Meaning kapag na-break niya yan, odds are we're gonna push much higher. Pero kapag na-break niya tong mga to, yes, we might push higher, but we could also consolidate. We might just be stuck in a small range for a while and so on. What you don't want to see right now is for price to come back, take these lows, okay? Take those lows. Makita mag-hold to. Tapos baka isipin nyo, uy, okay na. Buy na kasi nag-hold yung support. Pero you need to be careful na meron pa rin tayong cluster of lows dito na pwedeng pag-untugan. So you want to watch. Price could push back, hit these lows. Then from there, makahanap na resistance. Then we push lower, breaking beneath 7716, which is yung ultimate no-no scenario. Because what that does is it opens up this range again for trade. Sa mga nag-short natin na friends, again, this is something that you might want to look for. I wouldn't short right here kasi nga it's in the middle of nowhere. Okay? And I wouldn't long din kasi we're right at resistance. So medyo mahirap talaga siyang timingan. But yun, so we want to see kung what it does if it either breaks above the white zone or breaks below this white line here. Okay? So guys, I would like to apologize once again do sa ingay. Again, I try to time my videos around it, but paminsan-minsan like today, makikita nyo may ibang parts na nandiyan sila, may ibang parts na wala. So I just try to talk above it. My apologies for the background noise, no? And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!